federal jury caught Google taking data from 98 million Americans after every one of them said stop. And last month, that same company moved into real estate. Yours. September 3rd, 2025, Federal Courthouse, San Francisco. After a 3-week trial, a jury found that Google collected app activity data tied to roughly 98 million people, 170 million phones and tablets, for about 8 years, after those people had gone into their settings and switched the tracking off. The verdict? More than $425 million. That's the headline. Here's the part the headline doesn't tell you. Caught is not the same as punished. That verdict is 10 months old. Money that's actually reached those 98 million people? Zero. The court's own case cite says no money is available now. The bill was over $440 million as of March, and it grows every day until they pay. And next month, Google walks back into that courtroom and asks the judge to throw out the jury's decision, to make it disappear. Is Google above the law? Can they do that? In a roundabout, indirect way, effectively, yes. That's how I see it. Now, everything I just described happened on people's phones. What Google did on June 11th is about your house. And here, we run your house like a business, defend it like your home. Full deployment is available at protectmyhome.inc. But for now, by the time we're done here, I'm going to show you exactly how to find what's been collected on your property and how to start shredding it tonight. Free. Take you about 10 minutes, maybe 15. First, how the phone thing worked, because it tells you everything about the house thing. You see, there's a switch in your Google account called Web and App Activity. You may have flipped it yourself. If you did the responsible thing. You went looking, you found the setting, you turned it off. That switch is supposed to make Google stop watching you. The jury looked at 8 years of evidence and found Google never stopped. And notice what the switch is called. It's not tracking, it's not surveillance. It's Web and App Activity. A name chosen because nobody in history has ever been afraid of an activity. Here's the mechanism. Google's tracking code is built into apps you'd never connect to Google, like Uber, Venmo, Instagram. When you opened those apps, data about what you did flowed back to Google anyway. You weren't using Google, Google was using them. It's like finding out your toaster's been secretly reporting your bagel habits to the IRS. The people who sued asked for $31 billion. The jury awarded $425 million. Google's response? Through a spokesman, this decision misunderstands how our products work, which is a phenomenal legal defense. Your Honor, I didn't steal the car. The car simply misunderstood my crowbar. The company's actual argument at trial was that the data was, their words, non-personal and pseudonymous, anonymous-ish, which is the privacy equivalent of wearing a Groucho Marx disguise while handing the bank teller your actual driver's license. And hold on to that word, pseudonymous, because now we get to your house, and there is nothing anonymous about a street address. Picture this. Somewhere there is a manila folder with your house in it, your address, what you paid, what it's worth today, what you still owe, which means what you've paid off, how long you've lived there. Your name is on the tab, and you didn't write one page of it. You've never seen it, and it's for sale. Now that's not a metaphor I invented to scare you. Watch what happened on June 11th. Google published a blog post, and I'll put it here on the screen so you can see it, announcing that home listing ads across all 50 states would now be present on Google. You see a buyer searches on Google, and right there in the results, the price, the photos, the features, and a button to call, or you can be messaged or book an appointment with an agent. All of that is there. But there's no Zillow in the middle, no Realtor.com, no Redfin. Google, now they're not running the whole deal, it's making itself the first door buyers walk through. Now, Google's own blog says the goal is to act as, quote, a supporting bridge. And listen to that phrase. A bridge is the one thing every buyer has to cross. Nobody builds a bridge to be supportive. They build it to control passage. Wall Street understood in about an hour. Zillow's stock dropped almost 5% that day. CoStar fell too. All it took was one blog post, because the biggest search company on earth had just put a front door on the housing market. It's the corporate equivalent of Godzilla showing up to a lizard beauty pageant. Everyone else just packed up their heat lamps. And Google had already shown you how badly it wanted this. You see, it quietly tested these listings back in December. The pilot program ran into licensing objections from the listing industry, and listings vanished in January. Then, Google came back in the spring with signed agreements and switched the format on nationwide, with the actual inventory being added market by market as its partner signs up the local listing databases. Now, that's not a company dabbling. That's a velociraptor testing the electric fence, realizing it's off and inviting the whole pack inside. Now, the fine print. And this is where your house enters the story. Those listing ads are powered by a data partner called House Canary. Never heard of them? Yeah, neither had I really until this. House Canary is a valuation engine. Their platform advertises data, valuations, and forecasts on more than 136 million US properties. There are only roughly 147 million housing units in America. I mean, they've got most of the houses in the country, including, in all likelihood, the one you're sitting in right now. For sale, not for sale, doesn't matter. Their products compute property value, land value, home equity, and they sell alerts that go off when a property's loan to value moves. Now, what Google says it gets from House Canary is the listing data, the homes for sale. And I found no evidence that Google receives your equity estimate, and I'm not claiming it does. Here's what I am claiming. The company Google picked as its real estate partner already has a number on nearly every house in America, whether it's for sale or not. The folder exists, and Google just went into business with the company that keeps it. So the real question is, who else is holding a copy? And this is where the story gets bigger than Google. You see, Google got caught because Google is worth suing, but there's more you've never heard of, and potentially they're causing even more damage. Let me show you 3 more. First one, Cotality, the company formerly known as CoreLogic. They changed the name, but they kept the database. Its current materials claim coverage of 99.99% of 152 million US parcels, and its marketing platform says it can reach 94% of American property owners, with filters for valuation, mortgage data, age, income, and estimated equity. Their customers, lenders, insurers, and marketers. Next, Axiom, a registered data broker whose own data selection materials have offered filters for homeowner status, length of residence, home value, available equity, loan to value range, and age. Every field on that list is a page about your house. Now the third one, this is one that anyone can buy. People search sites like Spokeo, White Pages, Been Verified, and there's hundreds more just like them. Type in a name, and for pocket change, a stranger gets your home address, your age, your phone number, your email, and the names of your relatives, and a bunch of their information too. And the industry's word for your way out of all this is an opt-out. Think about that phrase. Opt-out means that the default is in. You never opted into anything. You bought a house, and somewhere a checkbox got checked for you. Now, I'm going to tell you something from my side of the fence, because I've spent almost 20 years in real estate, and I have been the customer for this type of data. Investors buy lists. I know where to find the order forms. The platforms openly market senior owner lists, and they let a buyer stack the filters. 25 plus years in the home, home estimated equity, age signals. In this business, those records are sold as seller prospects. From where you're sitting, there's a profile of exactly what you have to lose, and it's for sale. Because think about who else reads these lists. The FBI reports that between 2019 and 2023, more than 58,000 Americans reported $1.3 billion in losses to real estate fraud. And the losses are not spread across the population evenly. The FBI's own numbers can't isolate deed fraud specifically, they say so. But in the broader real estate category for 2023, people 60 and older filed about 1 in 6 of the complaints, yet reported roughly 45% of the dollars lost. Translation, seniors represent a smaller number of people, but they represent the lion's share of money lost. Here, long story short, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that's supposed to protect you and your home from this type of stuff, they were taken off the case on May 15th, 2025. So basically, nobody is coming to protect your house. California, they've got a system that tries to, but if you live in the other 49 states, there is no system in place. So we're gonna build you one. 3 moves. Get a pen. Actually, don't. We've got robots for this type of thing now. If you've used ChatGPT before, you already know. If you haven't, I have a feeling you're gonna love this. But if you don't, in the event that you don't, you can have your old life back. But reserve judgment until we're done here. Every prompt I'm about to show you is sitting in the description for you to copy and paste. Move 1. Let's pull your file. Go to chatgpt.com, the free version works, and type this prompt. It's on your screen. Search the public web for people search and data broker pages that may expose information for my name in my city and state. Give me the official opt-out link for each site, cite every result, and don't guess. I'll verify each match myself. And then just use your name and your city, plug it into that prompt. Now, 2 ground rules here. Never type your social security number or anything sensitive into that chat. Your name and city is all it needs. And treat what comes back as a checklist, not a complete inventory. Some sites, they hide from search on purpose, and the same name match might not be you. Then brace yourself. It comes back with sites you've never heard of, and your address, your phone number, your email, your age, your family, and a bunch of their information too, sitting on these websites. That moment, it might be unpleasant. It's also the whole point. You cannot shred a file you've never seen. And while you've got a browser open, go to myactivity.google.com and look at what Google itself is holding. That's the same web and app activity system from the verdict. You can delete the history sitting there and set it to auto-delete going forward. Will that undo 8 years? No. A jury already told you what that switch was worth, but stored data is the raw material, and there's no reason to leave yours sitting with the one company a jury just caught keeping it. Move number 2, send the removal request. Same chat, next prompt. Write me the exact removal request to send each site on that list. It drafts them custom, site by site. Now here's the part that feels like cheating. If your ChatGPT plan includes the agent, which most of them do now I think, the version that can browse the web and click things for you, that's what I'm talking about, put it to work. Tell it to go through this list, submit the opt-out request for each site using the removals we just wrote. Then tell me which ones you finished and which ones need something from me. So paste in the list and watch your screen fill up with a robot unlisting yours and your house's data. It'll finish a bunch of them on its own, but some are gonna bounce back needing you. It might be a confirmation email, you gotta click on the CAPTCHA, proving that you are a human being to a website that is not. They make it annoying on purpose. Annoying, that's the business model. Every hoop is there so you'll quit. So budget the 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Don't quit. And know this going in, a one-time opt-out doesn't always stay permanent. Brokers can recollect from fresh public records like a refi, a sale, or a county filing. So you don't do this once. You do it on a schedule. Put it on the calendar twice a year, maybe even quarterly. Same as the furnace filter. Or if you'd rather pay someone, subscription removal services do exactly this all year. Either way, the job is the same job. Now move number 3, and this one matters most because it guards the thing the file points at. You cannot pull your deed out of the county courthouse. Property records are public, always have been, and that openness actually protects you too. Anyone promising to erase your house from public record is selling you snake oil. What you can do is automate the monitoring of the deed. Many counties now offer a free recording notification service. You register your name and your parcel number, the ID your county uses for your lot, and if a document matching you gets recorded, you get a courtesy alert within days. Now, it won't stop a filing, and it's not title insurance. It just means you find out this week while you can still fix it, instead of years from now when you try to sell and find a stranger's name on your title. Search your county recorder's name plus recording notification. Takes 5 minutes. In Clark County, where I am, I set this up for my own properties. It's a simple web form. Notice what those 3 moves actually do. They break the link. Right now, a search can connect your name, your address, your equity, and your phone number into one convenient package. After tonight, The common profiles get less complete. Your page goes stale, and anything filed against your house trips an alarm. Predators, they buy lists because lists are easy. You're now removing yourself from the easy pile. So here are your two roads. Road 1, change nothing. The folder stays open, gets refreshed with every public filing, and gets sold to whoever's buying. Marketers on a good day, and on a bad day, someone shopping for less than pure reasons. Road 2, 10 minutes tonight. Pull the file, send the removals, set the deed alert. The file industry doesn't get dismantled, but your page gets thinner, staler, and a lot more work to rebuild. And being harder to find, that's the whole game. You know, Google, they can afford to sit on a $440 million judgment and call it a Tuesday. You cannot afford to be the easiest name on the list. Nobody's coming to do this for you. And now you know how to do it yourself. Now, I can't send you off without telling you this part. You see, when I showed you page 1 of the folder, totality, 152 million parcels, I read you their customer list, lenders, marketers, and insurers. Sit with that last one for a second. Every file we shredded tonight belonged to a stranger. Your insurance company is holding a file on your house too, except you can't opt out of that one. You actually pay them to keep it. And that's why I pulled this video out here for you to watch next. I walk through the 5 ways your coverage is quietly disappearing while the bill keeps showing up and you keep paying it. So you want to pull your policy out of the drawer and check it against mine here, because that file is the one that's supposed to be on your side. And more people are finding out that it's not. You see, here we run your house like a business. We defend it like your home. God loves you, and so do I. Take care.